The story of the three billy goats Gruff. Hello there, my little sunshine. Are you comfy and ready for a tale as old as the hills? Well, gather round and listen closely, because I'm about to tell you the story of three brave goats who outsmarted a nasty troll. Once upon a time, in a lush green valley surrounded by rolling hills, there lived three billy goats. Now, these weren't just any billy goats. They were brothers, and all three of them shared the same name, Gruff. Yes, indeed, there was the little billy goat Gruff, the middle billy goat Gruff, and the big billy goat Gruff. The three brothers lived happily in their cozy little meadow at the bottom of a hill. But oh my, as summer was coming to an end, the grass in their meadow was getting thinner and thinner. The goats were becoming quite hungry, and they needed to find more food before winter arrived. "Look up there," said the little billy goat Gruff one day, pointing his tiny hoof toward the hillside. "The grass up there is still green and plentiful. If we could just get up there, we could eat and eat until we're nice and fat for the winter." The other two brothers looked up and saw that indeed the hillside was covered with the most delicious-looking grass they had ever seen. It was so green it almost seemed to glow in the sunlight, and it swayed gently in the breeze as if waving to them, saying, "Come and eat me." "You're right," bleated the middle billy goat Gruff. "We should go up there right away." "Mm-hmm," agreed the big billy goat Gruff in his deep rumbly voice. But there was one teeny tiny problem, my dear. To reach the hillside, the three billy goats would need to cross a wooden bridge over a rushing stream. And under that bridge, oh goodness, lived a terrible, grumpy, absolutely horrible troll. This wasn't your garden variety troll, no siree. This troll had eyes as big and round as saucers, a nose as long and pointy as a fireplace poker, and teeth as sharp as knives. He had scraggly hair that looked like it had never seen a comb, and fingers with long, dirty nails that could grab unwary travelers. Worst of all, he was always hungry, and he loved nothing more than to gobble up anyone who dared to cross his bridge. Can you imagine such a scary creature? I bet you're braver than that troll, though. The three billy goats knew all about the troll, but they were determined to reach the hillside with its delicious green grass. So they came up with a plan. "I'll go first," said the little billy goat Gruff. "Since I'm the smallest, maybe the troll won't think I'm worth eating." "Then I'll go second," said the middle billy goat Gruff. "And I'll try to convince the troll to wait for our big brother." "And I'll go last," rumbled the big billy goat Gruff with a wink of his eye. "I think I can handle that troll." And so the next morning the little billy goat Gruff approached the bridge. His little hooves were trembling, but he took a deep breath and started across. Trip, trap, trip, trap. His tiny hooves made the lightest sound on the wooden planks. Suddenly, "Ho!" the troll's enormous head popped up from beneath the bridge. His saucer-sized eyes were bloodshot and angry, and his long nose twitched as he sniffed the air. "Who's that tripping over my bridge?" roared the troll, his voice so loud it made the water in the stream below ripple. The little billy goat Gruff's heart was beating like a drum, but he answered in the tiniest, squeakiest little voice he could manage. "Oh, it is only I, the tiniest billy goat Gruff, and I'm going up to the hillside to make myself fat." The troll licked his lips with a tongue as rough as sandpaper. "Now I'm coming to gobble you up," he bellowed, already reaching for the little goat. "Oh, please, please don't eat me," begged the little billy goat Gruff. "I'm so small, I would barely be a snack for you. Why don't you wait for my brother? He's the second billy goat Gruff, and he's much bigger and tastier than me." The troll scratched his warty chin, thinking about this. He was indeed still very hungry, and the little goat wouldn't fill even a corner of his big troll tummy. You have a point there," the troll grumbled. "Very well, be off with you." And with that, the little billy goat Gruff scampered across the bridge as fast as his little legs could carry him and began happily munching on the hillside grass. Yum, yum, yum! Can you imagine how relieved and happy he felt? A little while later, along came the middle billy goat Gruff. Now his hooves were a bit bigger, so they made a louder sound on the bridge. Trip, trap, went the bridge as he walked across. Once again, the troll's ugly head shot up from underneath the bridge, even more annoyed than before. His eyes narrowed and his long nose quivered with anger. "Who's that tripping over my bridge?" he roared, even louder than before. "Oh," said the middle billy goat Gruff, in a voice that wasn't quite as small as his little brother's. "It's just me, the second billy goat Gruff, and I'm going up to the hillside to make myself fat." "Now I'm coming to gobble you up," bellowed the troll, already starting to climb up onto the bridge with his big, clumsy feet. But the middle billy goat Gruff was clever, just like his little brother. "Oh no, Mr. Troll, you really don't want to eat me yet," he said quickly. "Wait just a little longer for my big brother, the big billy goat Gruff. He's much bigger than me, truly enormous. He'd make a much better meal." The troll paused and thought about this. A bigger goat would indeed be more satisfying. His stomach growled loudly, so loudly that you could have heard it from the other side of the valley. Very well then," the troll grunted. "Be off with you, but tell your brother I'm waiting." And so the middle billy goat Gruff trotted quickly across the bridge and joined his little brother on the hillside. They both started munching on the sweet, juicy grass. But they couldn't help worrying about their big brother, who still had to cross the bridge. Do you think the big billy goat Gruff will be okay, my curious little friend? Let's find out. Now came the turn of the big billy goat Gruff. And oh my goodness, he was big. He had powerful shoulders, strong legs, and two magnificent horns that curled on either side of his head. When he approached the bridge, he did so with confidence, his head held high. Tripped, trip, 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 tripped. The bridge creaked and groaned under his weight. The wooden planks bent so much they almost touched the water below. The troll, who had been waiting impatiently, was startled by the tremendous noise. He jumped up so quickly that he bumped his head on the underside of the bridge. "Who's that tramping over my bridge?" he roared, his voice shaking the trees on both sides of the stream. The big billy goat Gruff wasn't scared one bit. He stomped his hoof and answered in a voice as deep as thunder, "It is I, the big billy goat Gruff." The troll climbed up onto the bridge, rubbing his hands together greedily. Finally, this would be a meal worth waiting for. "Now I'm coming to gobble you up," he declared, drool already dripping from his chin. But the big billy goat Gruff just lowered his head, showing off his magnificent horns, and said in a challenging voice, "Well, come along then. I've got 2 spears, and I'll poke your eyeballs out at your ears. I've got besides 2 curling stones, and I'll crush you to bits, body and bones." The troll's eyes widened with surprise. No one had ever spoken to him like that before. But before he could even think of running away, the big billy goat Gruff charged. With a mighty "Baa! Baa!" that echoed across the valley, the big billy goat Gruff lowered his head and ran straight at the troll. The troll tried to dodge, but he was too slow and too clumsy. The goat's horns poked the troll right in his saucer-sized eyes, just as he had promised. Then, with a powerful toss of his head, the big billy goat Gruff sent the troll flying high, high into the air. The troll spun around, his arms and legs flailing like a windmill, before he splashed down right in the middle of the rushing stream below. "Help, help!" cried the troll as the current carried him away. "I can't swim." But nobody helped him. The water carried the mean old troll far, far away, down the stream, around the bend, through the forest, and right out of the valley. And do you know what? That troll was never, ever seen in those parts again. The big billy goat Gruff proudly trotted across to the other side of the bridge where his brothers were waiting for him, jumping with joy. "Hooray, you did it," they cheered, dancing around their brave big brother. And so, all three billy goats Gruff stayed on the hillside all summer long, eating the sweet green grass to their heart's content. They munched and they crunched, they grazed and they nibbled, from sunrise to sunset. The grass was everything they had dreamed it would be, sweet as sugar, soft as silk, and so plentiful that they could eat as much as they wanted. By the time autumn came around, they had grown so fat and happy that they could barely walk. Their coats grew thick and shiny, their cheeks were round, and their tummies were so full that they had to take a nap after every meal. When winter arrived, they were more than ready. They returned across the bridge, trip, trap, without any fear, for the troll was gone for good. They spent the cold months cozy and warm in their little meadow, with plenty of fat on their bones to keep them going until spring. And if all that delicious hillside grass hasn't disappeared, and if the billy goats Gruff haven't lost all their extra padding, then they're probably still fat and happy to this very day. Snip, snap, snout, this tale is now told out. And wasn't that a wonderful adventure, my precious little one? Perhaps next time you cross a bridge you should listen carefully. Is that the sound of a troll underneath, or just the running water below? Sweet dreams, and may all your bridges be troll-free. Thank you for listening, and I hoped you liked this story. If you enjoyed it, please take a moment to like this video and subscribe to my channel. I have plenty more fairy tales for you.